Hello and welcome to 9 Months, India's first and only comprehensive show on pregnancy and parenting. Your child has now entered the years. What a wonderful feeling and what beautiful memories you've created together. Here to talk to us about the milestones and developments to expect during that crucial first year are Dr. Vinit Samdhani, a very renowned pediatrician, and Dr. Nirmala, a psychologist who are going to take us through that very, very beautiful year. Thank you both of you so much for joining us here today.
Hi.
Thanks, Meghna.
So, Dr. Samdhani, let me begin with you. What are the key developments and milestones that one can expect in that first year?
Every day is a new day for a parent and for a child to develop. So from 6 months onwards, the first thing you realize that your weight triples by 1 year.
Right.
Your height increases 50% of the birth height.
Okay.
Your time of weaning starts at 6 months, where you start introducing outside liquids and semi-solids. So this gives the mother also enough time to do what she wants to do.
Yeah.
So she would feed at her convenience and put in the weaning foods later. By this time, the child starts rolling. So from the back onto the abdomen and vice versa. The eruptions of teeth usually happen between 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
What I've seen in my practice, most of the kids get teeth between 9 months to 12 months. But yes, by 1 year, they would have 4 teeth at least. If they do not, then it's a little cause of concern. Just inform the pediatrician the story.
Okay.
Then you have your motor milestones rolling in, which is from 6 months to 1 year. They sit with support, sit without support, crawl, stand with support, and then eventually start walking, which may happen at 1 year to 15 months. And that's the time you need to be a little vigilant because they tend to fall more frequently.
Okay.
At 9 months is a very interesting milestone, which is stranger anxiety.
Okay.
That tells you that until 9 months, your child would go to everyone who the child sees or the person who takes the child. But after 9 months, the child will see the safety profile. Okay. He would realize who he's safe with. And if he doesn't identify the person frequently, then yes, he would immediately cry when the person holds him.
Okay.
So that's a stranger anxiety.
And no cause for concern?
That is actually a protective reflex.
Okay.
When they start walking and you happen to go out, if you're busy somewhere and they happen to just walk little away and they meet someone who they don't know, so they would immediately cry and you would realize that my kid is there.
Okay.
So it's a protective reflex for
Survival
us.
instinct.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. That's good to hear actually. Yeah. And Dr. Rao, there's a lot of talk about how the psychological makeup really takes place between especially the 6 to 9 months of a child's development phase. How have you studied this? How does a psychology of a child develop during that first year? Because this is something most parents are not aware of.
I think even before that, during pregnancy as well, if the mother is very anxious, we see the children to be anxious.
Okay.
So it's very, very important that every lady goes through a plethora of feelings.
Of course.
And especially in our country, there are other various factors which are influencing the feelings as well. So, but here there is a lot of apprehension, anxiety, and plus excitement. And soon after delivery, it's like, something, wow, relief comes in. And then when they're bringing up the child, it's like something precious they are brought into this world and bringing it up. And so the entire focus is on the child. The mother loses the sleep and her own personal needs and things like that. And so every moment is concentrated. Now, am I doing the right thing? A lot of self-doubt comes in. And the complex, should I do that? Am I doing the best for the child? Am I making some mistake? Postpartum blues are very well known. And here, if the mother is over anxious, as we say, most of the professionals now are perfectionistic.
Yes.
That is a big disadvantage because when you are a perfectionist, you want everything perfect all the time. So it's a big call, it's a big toll on self as well as for the people around. So the same anxiety is conveyed to the child as well. We see sometimes babies very restless and uneasy. So then we have to counsel the mothers, take it easy. I mean, there are enough children growing up around, look around and see, take it a bit more easy. Nature is more caring and it has its own ways of bringing out the child. So all these needs to be told to the mother. And a lot of physical touch, that is what gives the comfort and the security. See, suddenly the child is exposed to the outside world. It doesn't know anything. And so the climate, so many things are there. Yeah. So that is why the strokes become important, taking clothes becomes important. And nowadays the father bonding is also very important. If you see, the father is also holding the baby and trying to, adjust to the babies and carrying them around. So all these things help the baby to feel more secure and comfortable kind of
great.
things.
You know, by when can we expect the baby to start walking, talking and crawling? Again, what are the key milestones to watch out for?
The baby babbles by 9 months. So mostly the kids do talk before 1 year. Right. They would say Baba, Dada frequently.
Very frequently.
By 18 months, they would at least have 20 words in their vocabulary.
And also there's the difference, I think, with the girls. They start speaking much faster compared to boys. Well, the motor skills are more apparent with the boys earlier, a little earlier compared to the girls. This also gives rise to anxiety for some moms. I've got babies, 2.5, 3-year-old babies brought to me saying the teacher is saying the child is mute and so dumb, assess the IQ. And you see the child otherwise normal.
Yeah.
And I keep telling the parent that your child is not dumb, but the child refuses to answer to the interview. I said, of course he will not answer. I mean, somebody comes in within 5 minutes, you expect him to answer. He's not going to do it.
Right.
What we call it is elective mutism. A lot of children do go through this elective mutism also, which makes the teachers and the school feel now your child is abnormal. Just go get the IQ done kind of thing. It's such a terrible thing to label a child at that time. Yeah. So we have to keep fighting with the school and the parents. Don't make them go through all these things, you know. But every parent wants the best of the school. And once I get the school admission, it's all done because till 10th, 12th, I don't have to worry and things like that. So it is again the peer pressure also of the parents that we want the school where my friends are gone, and so that is all pushing them into these things. Take it a bit easy, let him grow as he is. Every child is different.
Right.
Every child is different. Some children speak early, some children speak a little late, but it has to be in that broad limits. That is what you observe. And go with the flow kind of thing. Don't force anything on a child. There is going to be a resistance if there is a pressure.
Okay.
So if you do it, like as I said, even from the beginning, if the mother starts singing and talking to the child and all, then it comes very naturally for the child.
Okay.
Suddenly you start doing it at the age of 2 because he has to go for interview.
Yeah,
then
it's very mechanical.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Puts undue pressure.
Yeah.
So is it okay to get anxious if your child doesn't meet those, you know, standardized milestones? Like say they don't start walking by X number of months?
So what happens is, if you see the other milestones that the child develops with, if that is normal, then there is a variation in the normalcy. So there is a big variation. If they don't talk at 1 year, they would eventually talk at 15 months to 18 months.
Right.
Be it whether their motor skills and everything else is normal. So you don't need to get alarmed. But as ma'am said, that the girls do talk little earlier, what happens is a second child achieves his milestones little faster than the first one, because the first child is always there to entertain the second child.
That's true.
And to talk to him. Right. So therefore they achieve their milestones little earlier if you would compare with your first child.
Keep talking and singing.
Okay.
If you want your child to develop language skills.
Okay.
And don't be afraid if you are going to introduce 2 languages or 3 languages also.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I know baby babble, you can talk to them like normal adults.
Yeah, okay. Normal. Yeah, okay. Normal good. Adult tone also. The singing and the talking, and you know, if you keep interacting. Again now, because the nuclear families, and if the mothers don't talk much, you don't expect the child to pick up language skills much faster. So that is one of the things which we observe. Because when the children come to us, are brought to us to assess the IQ, we always ask about these milestones. It's very, very important for us. And the speech becomes very important.
So any red flags that you should observe?
Walking means you need to make your home safe, make it child-proof. So very general few facts that you need to take care of your daily doings, what you do with the baby. So it starts with as simple as bathing. So your tub needs to have only 2 inches of water. That means the water should be until the feet of the baby and not beyond it. Once the baby starts walking or even crawling, there should be no entry into the kitchen. Then you need to have your electrical appliances with covers, and you need to have like toasters and your hair dryers away from the baby, because they are very easily socketable, and then they will start. So you have your sharps, knives.
Exactly.
You have
your
adult consumables, beverages, all out of the reach of the baby. And your furnitures should have the edges, which should be baby protective.
Okay.
So that when they walk, if they happen to fall or bang, we wouldn't bruise them or they wouldn't get hurt.
Okay. So I think once the baby starts crawling, one of the first things a mother has to make sure, or the father has to make sure that, they're protected in terms of even their diaper, that, there are no leakages. But of course, then you move on to the baby proofing of the house. So you mentioned some of the key things. What about balconies or any corners, behind the furniture?
So all the furniture corners should be having the edge proof. They have the protective edge proof stories.
Yeah.
Then your electrical switches, as I mentioned. You need your windows with a net and obviously with a grill that keeps them safe. So these are the few things that you need to take care of.
So, a crawling baby is a very curious baby. So you'll find them behind the furniture, you'll find them on corners, you'll find them near electrical sockets. How do you ensure then that the safety of your baby is taken care of? How do you ensure that your house is actually clean?
So usually the kids start crawling from 8 to 9 months onwards.
Right.
And this is a common issue that everyone faces.
Okay.
And you can use these HEPA air cleaners or vacuum cleaners to keep the areas clean. So these are the few things that we can follow, and I think it would be helpful. Though it wouldn't prevent it 100%, but yes, it will reduce the incidence significantly.
But what about carpets in particular, because in places like, say, Delhi or colder places, carpets are required, and parents oftentimes place the children on the carpet, so the child is, grabbing all kinds of unseen microbes and dust mites, like you mentioned, and dust and dirt, and putting it sometimes even in the mouth, which will cause illness apart from diseases. So what does one do, because if a bai cleans it with a jharu, how much can she get out? So like you said, vacuum cleaners, do you think those really help?
Yeah, but the first thing to prevent it is to remove it. If that cannot be removed, then you need to vacuum clean on a regular basis. So you could curve it down.
But the basic thing is the babies are very inquisitive and exploratory.
Right.
The favorite game is peekaboo.
Yes.
So in peekaboo, they really go behind the corners behind the sofas or the curtains and all. So you need to be cautious about those corners.
Okay.
So just be careful that you vacuum them very regularly. And also another feature of the babies is mouthing. That is why he kept asking whether they'll put it in. Of course they'll put it in.
Yeah.
That's a part of growing up.
Right.
That's a part of growing up, and through the mouth, they explore the world. So this is one of the exploratory phases. They try to understand what is what by putting in the mouth. So it is going to be there. You can't prevent it. You can't stop it.
Yeah.
So you need to be cautious that unnecessary things are not thrown here and there. That's why I said when the baby is there, more work, more of cleaning regularly, more vacuum cleaners will be out and regularly being vacuumed every now and then, maybe twice, even thrice a day you need to do it, kind of thing. So that would help the babies to grow up more healthy.
Talking about that, what about vaccinations? Key milestones and vaccinations also very, very crucial for the development of the child and immunity of the child.
Post 6 months, the important vaccines that you can opt for at 6 months is hepatitis B, obviously. Then post 6 months is the influenza vaccine, which is the cold cough fever vaccine. So you can opt for that. That's an optional story in India.
Okay.
But in the West, if you see, it's a compulsory story until you live. So you need to take it once a year. Only the first time that you take it, you need 2 doses. And then post that, it's once a year.
Okay.
And at 9 months, we have the measles, mumps, and rubella. And now we've got the typhoid conjugate vaccine also, which can be given at 9 months.
Okay.
And then close to 1 year, at 1 year, you have chickenpox and hepatitis A vaccine. So these are the key vaccines between the 6 months.
Okay, great. And
the first year is really tough because first of all, the mothers cannot sleep well the initial months. And then the vaccinations, and then the pain the baby goes through, and then it's a lot of, the mothers themselves go through a lot of trauma, like even for a baby, it's a trauma. So these things have to be handled very nicely, and a lot of hugging and pampering is required during that time, so they don't feel so threatened, or it doesn't become a trauma for a longer period of time.
We hope the parents are definitely listening. So thank you both so much
for
joining us today. It's been a wonderful talk, very insightful, very educative. And as a new mother, I'll definitely be taking notes. So thank you so much. And to all the parents who are watching, there is no right way or wrong way. There's only your way. So trust your way. Thanks for watching.